Good Life Mantra. After the yummy appetizers, Venkatesh is going to show us soup just made from horse gram. So let's find out. Tell me about, the soup.
This soup is called Kudotho Saru.
Kudotho Saru.
Kudotho Saru. Kudu in Tulu means horse gram. So Saru means a soup made out of horse gram.
Okay,
this is a very traditional, it's a very traditional Brahmin dish. So I'm just getting some hot oil heated up. Tulu is a community in Mangalore, and this dish is from that community. We're just adding a couple of garlic pods, adding a couple of cloves, a couple of barks of cinnamon.
Okay. So there you'll have the
2 or 3 cardamoms, and allow it to, just get roasted. So the garlic, the cinnamon, cardamom cloves just pop up. It's a whole thing made out of horse gram. Now horse gram is it's boiled, it's steam cooked in a cooker for about 5 to 6 whistles. It takes time to cook horse gram because it's very hard. You need to soak horse gram for about half an hour in water, preferably lukewarm water, and then put it in a cooker and keep it for about 5 or 6 whistles, and then it gets cooked into a mashy consistency. So along with the water, you just keep it separately. Now the garlic has turned its color. Some
nice smell, I can get the cloves,
some onions.
cardamom. I think you're the best.
We add the onion.
I'm really getting a very nice smell.
Yeah, the onion along with the garam masala, the garlic, the flavor is very good. As soon as the onion is sauteed, we add a little bit of sliced tomatoes. Basically, all the ingredients are going to be added, and finally water is going to be added on top of it and allowed to boil. So once
very smoke coming out.
And
this is soup, right?
it's a soup.
Yeah, so it's going to be very heavy soup.
No, it's very light. Yeah, we will add the red chili powder and the turmeric powder. We're just adding the coriander powder. Just 1 spoon of coriander powder. A little bit of salt to taste. And just saute it.
This will also be very masala.
Yeah, it has a lot of flavoring in it. We're adding a little bit of cumin seeds. We're adding a little bit of saumph. And again, we're mixing
Sauce
it.
is again for flavor.
Yeah,
right?
saumph and cumin is for flavor. And we mix it thoroughly.
I can feel like we're making some, kind of sabji or a vegetable.
It's close to something like that. Now we're adding enough water because we're going to allow it to boil.
Okay.
So we've added this now. We're going to allow this concoction to boil. We're just going to add a little bit of grated coconut to it. A little bit of jaggery for the sweetness. And some chopped coriander leaves. And now with the whole thing, we allow it to boil for about 5 minutes. Once this is boiled, what we're going to do is we're going to add the dal, the kudu, the horse gram that is already cooked in pressure cooked, that we're going to add, bring it to a boil, and then keep it in the same temperature for about 15 minutes, simmering it for about 15 minutes, because all these things, the flavors need to go inside the lentil, the horse gram, and the horse gram flavor has to come into this concoction. And then finally we're going to take it out and strain it nicely, and then we're going to serve it.
I think this is a departure from the normal soups, that you have very thin soup. This is
It's a full-bodied soup. This has onion, tomatoes. If the proportions are right, it has sourness, it has spiciness, it has sweet, it has a lot of flavoring ingredients as well as a lot of nutritive value, because we're going to garnish it with cooked rice and some nice parboiled vegetables. So you get the crunchy vegetables when you bite in the soup. So now this is boiling now. We're going to add the horse gram. It's going to simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes in slow flame, so that the complete essence, the nutritive value of the horse gram gets into the soup. And because we're going to strain it, we're going to lose off all the main dal is going to be removed off. Only the flavor of it and the nutritive value of it is going to come down. So we need to simmer it for about 10 to 15 minutes. So we allow it to simmer. So now this is boiled. This is simmered for about 10-15 minutes now. We are going to switch it off and we are going to strain it now. We're just going to strain the whole thing. This is going to be mashed well and it's going to be strained properly so that all the nutritive value, all the ingredients are mashed well.
The
flavors come down, yeah. Now it's completely strained. Interestingly, this mixture that is left behind can be made into a nice dry, they call poriyal in Tamil Nadu. It's a dry dish. This itself, if it is taken, if little bit of ghee is taken, add little bit of mustard, and the whole thing is put into it and sauteed, it becomes a dish by itself. Because it's got all the necessary things for a standalone dish on its own.
And you know, whatever flavor you have in this, I mean, you have the same flavor there.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. Yeah,
this is in a liquid form.
So now, this is the consistency of the soup.
Okay.
Now we're going to serve it. We're going to add a little bit of coriander leaves. Kudotho Saru is a dish that is made even for weddings. And this essentially goes very well with rice. In Tamil Nadu, there's something called the rasam. This is an adaptation of that, but it is made out of horse gram. Just pouring as much as we need, and
this is very common in weddings in Tamil Nadu.
Yeah, it's common in weddings, and the rasam is common in weddings. So the same way, this one also is made in Mangalore. We're just garnishing with some rice, steamed rice that is cooked already, and parboiled vegetables, so that you get some nice crunchy feeling when you're biting into the soup. Just to add a textural difference for the dish, we're just adding it. It is optional. If in case people like to have vegetables, they can have it.
Okay. So
nice lavish sprinkle of coriander.
Which is your favorite?
The Kudotho Saru is ready to taste now.
Okay. So I will taste this.
Watch out, it's hot.
It's a wonderful flavor that you can get.
It's so nutritive. Horse gram is it gives so much of vitamins. The iron content in horse gram is so high. It's rich in protein. It's wonderful supplement for kids.
I think it's wonderfully balanced, you know, the sweetness and the sourness, everything. And I mean, you know, if you ask me, you know, what flavors do you get, I'll be confused as to, you know, because the flavors are mixed so properly.
Yeah, it's got garlic, it's got so different. The garlic is giving overpowering flavors. The cinnamon cardamom cloves gives a mild flavor of the garam masalas. And you have cumin and som for extra flavor. Jaggery for the sweetness. You have the chili powder.
Wonderful. I think this is really, you know, whenever. Is this a South Indies recipe?
This is in the menu of South Indies, yes. This is part of the South Indies menu.
So, you know, I think I should, you know, tell our audiences that, you know, if you're coming to South Indies, and definitely this is a must that you cannot miss. Thanks a lot, Venkatesh, for coming on the show and telling us, you know, some refreshing items as well as this yummy soup.
Look forward for much more. Thank you for coming.